Yo, what's going on, good people? Hey, I just want to come up here real quick. So I just finished up the latest episode of Beyond the Resume, and I specifically wanted to talk to you. I like to have these conversations, especially around professional millennials. And there's nothing wrong with other generations, but millennials are so unique because one of the things that we have that's so powerful is the power of perspective. But I go through this conversation of what I now call being in the wilderness. And the only reason I can coin it that is because it just resonates so much. When you go back and you read stories about Exodus and even go to Matthew, where there's so many events that happen in the wilderness and what had to happen in the wilderness, it makes sense. So one of the things I talk about on the latest episode of the pod is where I feel as though after everything was said and done, just after getting my degree, just after getting certifications, I had all these things already mapped out, all the things that we're supposed to do in order for us to be successful, right? Having the wife, having the kids, having the house, having not I didn't have the dream car, but I got from point A to point B. You know what I mean? So I was good there. But I was still in this place where I just wasn't sure. I wasn't lost, but I didn't know where I was going. You know what I mean? So and I couldn't go to my friends really because it wasn't any bad blood. It's just that they couldn't relate because I was just in a different situation. So I'm sure I would have called. I'm sure they would have been there for me, but it was just I didn't know how to even articulate it. Or I didn't think that it would be relatable to them because what I was going through was so unique to me. And you find that out when you're in the wilderness is that you can't go to everyone. In fact, I couldn't even go to my significant other. I couldn't go to my wife because it was something that I had to deal with. It was a personal thing that I had to deal with. So in the latest episode of the pod, that's what I talk about. I talk about three main things that have to happen whenever you're in this place of the wilderness or this place of isolation. One, you're going to notice that God is going to draw you to this place. It's going to come from God. When you go to Exodus, when you read Exodus, it says that God led the Israelites into the wilderness and God was with them every step of the way. How do we know that? Because it says God in the daytime, he led them in the cloud, and at night he led them by fire. So that just shows that God, with intention, brought them to the wilderness and he was there with them the entire time. The second thing you notice that happens in the wilderness is that God is going to purge you. There's a lot of things that happen in Exodus where God just over time, slowly generations were falling and dying because God couldn't take those people to the new land. Reason why? Because they would have tainted the new land. So he had to purge the community, and that's what he does to us too. Whenever we're in this place of isolation or in the wilderness, God's going to purge our hearts. It talks about in Deuteronomy, the closer we get to God, he circumcises our heart. And the reason why is because the more we get closer to God, we become so much more aware of our flaws. And the crazy part is, this is just a sidebar. The crazy part is, despite us having all these flaws, God still loves us. That's crazy. So you go through those different things where you're going to find out God is still with you in this place of wilderness. Two, God is going to purge all these different things from you because he has to make sure that as you are growing and maturing, that you're not bringing anything to you to the new place that you're going. It's like he has to get rid of old baggage, right? The old baggage doesn't do anything. It doesn't feed you. It doesn't feed your spirit in this next place that you're going. And then number three, what God's going to do, he's going to test you. He has to test you because the place that you're going, he has to make sure that you're prepared for it. So in this place of isolation, God is going to purge you, but he's also going to test you because you can't go to this new place still holding on to old baggage. And that's what happened with the Israelites. He had to purge the community. He had to purge generations because all they would have done is taken that old mentality to the new place. So take a look, take a listen, and I pray that this blesses you. And man, you guys go out there, just be amazing. All right, y'all be easy. I pray that it blesses you.